Now the main stories in the capital, and Londoners are still waiting to find out who the city's mayor will be. Labour candidate Sadiq Khan is currently 5 points ahead of Conservative rival Sean Bailey. Whoever wins the race will have questions to answer on how they'll deal with violent crime, as our political correspondent Simon Harris reports.
Less than 24 hours after the polls closed, London's violent crime epidemic claimed another life. A teenage boy was stabbed to death in a fight at Harold Wood in East London. The bloodshed didn't end there. This morning, a man in his 30s was shot dead in Dalston. Opinion polls in the run-up to the election suggested Londoners think whoever wins should treat violent crime as the #1 priority.
Sadiq Khan has grasped the issue. He's putting in more money both into policing but also in tackling the causes of crime and crime prevention. He's put his money where his mouth is.
Voters seem to think he should do more.
Well, I think the question is we need to actually explain a little bit more what we're doing. The issues of crime and violent crime are complex.
Sadiq Khan was still waiting to find out if Londoners have elected him for a second term. Ballot papers were being counted at 3 election hubs. This was Excel. The overnight tally of votes from the electronic counting machines revealed a much tighter contest than expected between the Labour mayor and his Conservative rival Sean Bailey.
It is very close, and I can see Sean might be able to nick it on the second round. Khan was saying that he was going to win it on the first round. Well, he's been once again shown to be a fool.
The winner won't be declared until the final result from the last 7 London Assembly constituency ballots have been announced. The first of those today, Greenwich and Lewisham, came after more than 10 hours of counting.
Lendeval, Labour and Cooperative Party, 82,048%.
In a bizarre turn of events, the Burning Pink Party claimed its mayoral candidate Valerie Brown had been arrested on suspicion of conspiring to cause criminal damage. It came after a man sprayed pink paint on the glass windows of the offices of the Guardian newspaper in King's Cross. A handful of Brown supporters protested outside Islington Police Station. Police confirmed a woman in her 60s was in custody.
So, Simon, the race for mayor is still not over. What's the latest on when we'll get a result?
Well, Romilly, the latest from officials here is that a winner will be announced tonight sometime after 8:30. There appears to be a 3% or so swing to the Conservatives, but it looks as if Sadiq Khan has enough of a lead to clinch it, although only after second preference votes have been taken into account. The counting process is slow because of social distancing, so the candidates might have a long wait for the result.
Simon, thanks for that. And we'll keep you posted on our website, itv.com/London. Residents of a high-rise block with Grenfell-style cladding have staged a protest against the building's developers after a fire broke out yesterday. The fire spread across 3 stories of New Providence Wharf in Poplar. Those living there say they want developers and the government to get on with solving the cladding crisis.
The day we feared, living for the last 3.5 years with that fear when we go to bed, has happened. We don't want anyone else in any other building that's got ACM to be in the same position that we are. So I guess the message is to all the developers and the government, just get on with it.
Well, in a statement, the developers, Ballymore, insisted the ACM cladding on the building did not combust and played no part in causing or facilitating the fire, whilst the government said that they've already made £8 million available for remediation work at the site. Police have increased their presence in Bromley after receiving 4 separate reports of children being followed in the past week. A young girl was involved in a perceived attempted abduction at the Glade shopping centre on Friday, following 3 reports of boys being approached in the area. The Met has urged the public to remain vigilant. There is significant disruption across the rail network out of London after cracks were reported on a number of high-speed trains. Most Great Western trains from Paddington were cancelled, whilst the LNER is asking passengers not to travel on its East Coast line from King's Cross. And now for a look at the weather, here's Helen Plint.
Great Western Railway sponsors the ITV London Weekend Weather.
Hello again, a very good evening to you. Well, pretty hit and miss so far this weekend, but from here on in, things looking pretty cheerful. In fact, a good deal warmer than it has been of late. Yes, we've still got some dampness at times in the forecast, mostly reserved to the early stages of next week though, and some decent sparkling sunshine between now and then. We have got this cold front which is inching its way towards us. Ahead of that, we're of course in that warmer sector drawing up the air from the south, from the continent. As that tracks across, you can see it'll just squeeze away the oranges, being replaced by blues through the early stages of next week. So bit by bit, our temperatures come down a little, and the low pressure throwing in some showers, but actually we'll still have a good deal of dry weather. And actually for the moment, a lot of brightness to end after the daylight hours. Into this evening and overnight, replaced by stars overhead. Western areas always privy to a little extra cloud, and across the board it's breezy, but actually this does help to keep our temperatures above that double figure mark. So it really will be a very pleasant start to Sunday. Cheerful sunshine coming through really from the word go. As the day wears on, again, dribs and drabs of cloud, maybe just 1 or 2 showers, mostly dry, less wind, and look at that, up to 20 degrees.
Great Western Railway sponsors the ITV London weekend weather.
And that's it. We're back tomorrow at 6:45 with a reaction to the mayoral results. Until then, goodbye.